Well, welcome along, everyone, to another session with me, returning at home in my workshop. Good evening, fellow wood turners. I hope everything is going well for you. I will bring my earworm in. He's in the wings there, and I have to turn him on again because I disconnected him. There you are.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you today.
Right, I'll put Doug back in the background because that's where he likes to be.
Let me hide.
Okay, guys. As the title says, we're going to be spinning some paint and stuff, and I've got this wee blank on the lathe. Uh, I forgot to go to the wood shed to get some blanks, and that's the biggest I have, 5.5, and everything else outside is wet, so you can't really fling paint with wet wood. So anyway, I'll bring it overhead and let you see the piece in question. It's a piece of maple, and it's 5.5 inches wide by 2 inches thick. Okay, so I have mounted it in between centers here to get it to the round. Put a tenon on this, and then we can put it in a chuck and so on. So while I'm doing that, Doug will tell me who's in tonight.
All
Okay.
right. Be glad to do that. It is good to see everybody tonight. I was when Paul sent his message to me about the link. I was in the middle of doing something else. I had another thing after that, and then got a phone call. So I'm glad to be here and on time. um, so who's in the chat tonight? Let me start at the top of the chat list, not at the participants list. Raymond Watts was first in that I see, and then Jennifer came in shortly behind. Door 60 is there. Michael McEwen is in. Then we have to scroll down a little ways. Door 60, Roger Kent. Clint at Wood Dancers. Hello, Clint. Vinnie Charlton is in. Albert Dawson. Hello, Al. Uh, Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks is here. Matt Ivinson is here. Karsten Pedersen is here. And that's got me at the bottom. Dances with Aardvarks. Hello, Mike. Glad everybody's in today.
Are we not there? It's bouncing on that. I was wondering what it was because I knew I had all the wax off, so just going to turn the speed up a wee bit to see if I can get a clean cut across this.
Yeah.
Not that it matters much because we're going to be turning it away, but I like to try and get it into balance. And it's not wobbling all over the place. Okay, so that looks a bit better. So we'll stop the lathe and move our tool rest, being very safety conscious tonight. For once. Right, okay. Uh, so we want to put a tenon on this. So just using the bowl gouge and a draw cut across the face of it and remove some timber. And you can't
Haven't
really
heard.
see that unless I change the camera. Tail slap. There you
There
are.
you go. Haven't heard much about the weather other than what we're having right here today. What's going on for you guys today?
Well,
We
we're
have.
waiting for a storm coming,
Are you really?
apparently. Yeah.
We've got sunny skies, a light breeze blowing. It's relatively cool. So it's only about 70 degrees Fahrenheit here. So it's a rather nice day.
So we're just going to shape the bottom of this. I want to make this as big as possible because it's only 5.5 inches wide. So not taking a whole lot off it. Again, we'll just stop that. Adjust our tool rest. There's that wee knot there. You can see it.
Nice character feature.
Yeah, it was at my first craft fair on Saturday, and plenty of pickers, plenty of people to look, but nobody buying.
I did one a couple of weeks ago. It's the same way. Some of the people who have been in that craft fair before, they used to have it annually, and they stopped it for some reason. Well, it got out of hand, and so they stopped having it, and they revived it this year. And it was the same way. The people that were there were lookers, not buyers.
I
And
think they're
so,
waiting to get Halloween out of the way, and then it's in the
yeah,
Christmas mode. Then right? Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I need to get a nice finishing cut on that. A wee bit of tear right here in the end grain, and a wee bit there, a wee bit rough as well. So I'll try a push cut, and we'll see if I can. That's not better. Tailstock would be better, wouldn't it? That'll do.
We can see the cut there, yes.
So just letting the tool do the cutting. Just let it take its time. See it? That's like. It looks a bit smoother because you can see the shine off it. Yeah, all the turrite is away. So when you get ready to do your finishing cut, you want to go with a push cut and clean that up. So I'm just putting a wee bit of a shape into the bottom here.
Roger Kent is asking you a question, Paul. He asks, How long have you been turning?
I've been turning now 12 years. So time flies.
Oh, it does. It does.
I'll just let that find its way to the end. No need to rush it. There's no Russians in here, Just off the end there where it's a wee bit rough. So just cut that wee bit off and see what it's like. Right, that's not too bad. And not came up okay. Right. Just want to finish this part of the foot. So this is going to be all the foot. There's our tenon there for going in the chuck. So I just want to slightly undercut that a wee bit. So when I go to take the tenon off, I know where I'm going to. And it's not worrying about going too far. No, I was going to say to you, first craft fair on Saturday, and it was a good day. I thought we were going to go wet, the two of us, but we didn't. It managed to stay very dry, but it was blowy, and there was a good crowd out, but I had this one particular lady come over to me, and she was asking about a piece I had on the table, and she was looking at it. And what am I looking for, Paul? Looking at it, and she says, "It's a lovely figure in the inside of that. Look at the way that bark thing is in the inside." I says, "You pay extra for that, by the way." She says it's lovely. I was trying to tell her sometimes you can't see it on the outside, and it's only when you get into the piece of wood you find an occlusion inside
Yes.
where a branch has been growing. So, when you find something like that there, if you can make a feature of it and it looks well, keep it there. I'm just going
Sure.
to run sandpaper over this.
Make a feature of it, leave it in, and add another 5 pounds to it.
Just stop it and have a look to see if everything is okay to move on to the next grit. You don't want to find you're going through the last grit and then you're going to have to go back on it. So check it now before you move on.
Chris Charlton has joined us. Hello, Chris.
Okay,
Todd's
so
reminding everybody hit the thumbs up button. Please do. Please do.
we'll pick a 120. And a wee piece like this here, it doesn't take long to sand it. And especially if you get a good finishing cut on it, there's no need for a lot of sanding. Because the last thing you want to do is heat the wood up and create wee fissure cracks on it and stuff.
Yeah, I was watching a video earlier today. They talked about just barely even touching the wood with the sandpaper for a couple of reasons. They didn't want to take any extra wood off at the moment for a couple of reasons. But the other part was you just don't need to heat the wood up. Some wood
Yeah.
you can actually cause it to crack by sanding it too hard.
You can crack you by doing that, Rick.
Yes.
And I think what else is the same? Laburnum, I think, is the same.
You might be right.
So you just have to watch on the heat side of it. Depending on your sanding pads too, if they're firm ones, you can create more heat with them. These are nice and spongy, so even though it's bedding into that, there's not much pressure on it, So you need to keep an eye on that, especially when you're finishing stuff. Just check it. That looks nice. Nice piece of maple. That was 180. So used to 240.
Rob, the professor is in. Hello, Rob. Glad to have you along.
Welcome along, everybody. Right, that's okay. I'll move on to the next. That looks okay. just get our final piece at 400.
I think that's what I like about turning maple the most. It sands up so nicely and fairly easy.
Yeah, that and sycamore, they're very easy to sand.
Yes. Roy's the boy just joined us. Hello, Roy.
Hi, Roy. Right, I'm happy enough with that. We'll apply some sand sealer to that. Then we can get it turned around and do our bit of paint flinging. I had to go a week ago this afternoon. It's one of the ones I haven't done. I was saying to Doug, we have Stuart Freeney coming to us in 2 weeks' time. So looking forward to that. So, and he'll be doing the competition. So I want to get a piece sort of half decent. This is my practice run, So let's retest the sound sealer on that. Okay, that's all that needs. I'll just give it a wee rub of the Yorkshire grit as well, seeing it. We'll have plenty of time. That's a wee bit. Just rub that well in. I think the wheat turning thing was on this weekend over in England, wasn't it?
The
AAW.
AWGB, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yes, it was. Obviously, I did not go, but
No, and I didn't go either.
how about the rest of you guys? Any of you go to the AWGB? Give us a report.
I was standing on top of a mountain. The craft fair.
Yeah. My son had well, the jazz band that he is in college, they had part of a concert for a student body and anybody that wanted to come. So we went down Friday and heard that, and then Saturday I had a demonstration to do up in Dayton, Ohio, which is about an hour and a half north of me. Then yesterday I went to Lexington, which is 45 minutes south of me, so that my son could buy a engagement ring.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah,
You take it easy after and all. You're not spilling the beans before
he
it
has
goes.
he has not asked her yet.
Oh dear.
That's coming up. No, she won't be watching this.
You never know, Doug.
No.
Just a wee taste of microcrystalline wax on that. Just got a clean piece of kitchen towel with that.
I shot some video of the two of the songs that they did and that the jazz band did in that concert, and hopefully I'll be posting those this evening. So it'll be about a 10-minute video, two songs. So quite proud of him. He's become quite the saxophone player.
Right. Talking about bands, you're saying about that at the craft fair last year, the same one that was on Saturday. But this year, they have another one next month. I'll be at as well, and they had an accordion band playing.
Oh yeah.
So that was on Saturday. So the next one in November will be a ukulele band, and you want to see
Oh.
them? They're absolutely brilliant. So they are. There's about 20 of them, and they play
Wow.
all sort of modern music.
Mm-hmm.
The ukulele, and you've got the guitar and the drums and all going. This
That
is
ought to
all
be good.
outside, like
Sure.
very good, very good. So just giving that a wee buff up, and we'll give it an hour coat of wax when we finish the front. So I'll do that for now, and we'll get that into the chuck. Just put it over there, out of that way. Just bring the tail stack up to put it nice and tight against the chuck jaws before we're tightening it up.
Any of
Right,
y'all
okay.
who are mathematically inclined, you might want to go over and watch Dances with Aardvark's channel. He's doing a whole series of very complicated turnings using a lot of math and geometry. So if you're into that kind of thing, you might want to go over and see what Mike's up to on his channel. Some beautiful work. I can't begin to duplicate it myself. I'm not. I'm one of those people that used to be mathematically inclined. I'm not anymore. Grew out of it.
When you don't need to be using math all the time,
That's part of it. Yes.
you
For
sort of
sure.
let it go.
Right.
Just sand this face of this up. It's not too bad. Just want to get a nice flat surface for the paint.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not all nice and sanded, you'll see the lines in it through the paint. So you want to pay a wee bit of attention, even though you're going to paint it. Just more or less round the outside, and you don't have to worry about this bit. I think that would do. You don't want to make it too shiny, or the paint won't stick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen that happen. You put the paint on, and you think it's dry, and you go to touch it, and it moves on you. What am I talking
Absolutely.
about? Oh yes. Paint. Speaking of paint, right? Okay. Okay. Well, what are we going to use? We're going to use. You can paint it with whatever you wish. Okay. I'm going to be using gesso. Okay. Artist canvas paint. I like this because it's nice and thick and it dries quick. Okay. So just get yourself a wee brush, and being an artist for a few minutes, you know.
Want to change your camera?
Oh, sorry. There we are. You can see that. We look at the brush strokes and this here. Very technical. You know.
Slap her on.
Slap it on.
Johnny Foster has joined us. Hello, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny. Welcome along. So we want to give that a wee light coat and then let that dry and then give it another coat. So I'm not worried about the outside. It's spilling over. So that's finished with wax. So that will come off quite easy if you overdo it on the paintbrush bit. Okay. So I just want to, we'll give that a wee helping hand with the airline. Shouldn't take too long to dry.
Johnny says he didn't realize it was live. He can only stay on a few, but that's okay, Johnny. It's we're just glad to have you along.
You can always watch it back later.
Absolutely.
Let's see what that's like.
And Johnny says he will watch it back later. That's great. It's the beauty of YouTube for most of us. Once our lives are done, they stay on.
So
it's amazing it can dry that fast.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm just going with the second coat. And then the second coat allows to do a wee bit of sanding at it with 400 grit, just to take any wee brush strokes out of it. I would have liked to done a bigger piece tonight, but I don't have any blanks to do it with. So I'm stupid. I should have went this afternoon up and got some, but if there are things on my mind and sort of it went out of the head.
Sure.
Right, so that's that. And that there probably last years, that there tub, you know, there's not, it goes a long way and there's not a lot to it. I'm just wiping the brush out here. And many times I forgot about the brush and left it sitting and it goes hard and then try to revive it and no way. It's, even though it's water based, it sort of ruins the brush, you know, if you have to wash it and to get the bristles clean again. So if you can do it while you're finished with it, it helps.
Yeah, I've got a brush that I was using for several things and I forgot it and let it dry out, and it's been soaking in water for 2 weeks. It's still hard, so I guess I could throw it away by now. Oh.
And I've found it's getting harder to get good brushes. Unless you want to pay for expensive ones. You don't want to buy expensive ones, but more of these brushes are like a plastic bristle on them. You know,
right.
They're not like that one there. Yeah, it's like a hurry type of bristle.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I was talking with someone just recently about the brush part of a shaving brush. That it's getting harder and harder to find the good ones anymore. When you do, they're expensive, so that's why.
So we'll just give it a wee light coat, a wee light touch with a sandpaper. This is 600 actually. So I'm just going to use the 600 just to take any wee brush strokes out of it. You don't want to leave any marks on it, and it'll only work if it's dry. If you get a load of paint off this, it's not dry enough. You only want to go lightly. You know, you're not trying to sand anything here. You're just knocking down the brush strokes. Let's see if I can see any. Yeah, that looks quite good. Right. I'm going to give this rim a wee touch. See if I can get that cleaned up. And I can lean a wee bit higher on that because there's wax in that, so it should come off. Okay. And there's a wee bit there. It didn't come off. So I've been watching Stuart for these videos on YouTube and getting some ideas and practicing a wee bit. As I said, I haven't done any of this with the central bugle force with the paint spinning. I've done loads of R stuff using the airbrush and stuff, but I've never done a centrifugal turning with a paint. I had a wee go this afternoon and I came up here. All right, it didn't come off, so I need to hit that with a wee bit of maybe 240, just that wee bit there. This will be getting another coat of wax on it, so we can hit that up.
All right, Johnny. Johnny's got to go. So, Johnny, we'll talk to you later.
All
Glad
right,
to have you
all the
along with us.
best. Just taking some of that wax off with this sandpaper because I'm leaning a wee bit heavier to try and get that wee dark mark out. It's almost gone. I just need a fresh bit of paper. Maybe if I slow the lathe down a wee bit, Paul, it might help a wee bit better. Let's see. Just that one bit there. Let's see. I wonder if that'll be a wee mark in the timber. I'm trying to sand it out.
Well, Johnny left and Haley at Wooden Burl came in. Hey, Haley. Good evening to you.
Right, we'll continue on with that later. Right, let's see. I'll just wax up again because I'm going to be painting, spinning paint, and I want it to go and stick to the outside of that. So that's that. Just rub that wee bit of wax on that just to help it. Okay, right. So the paints I'm going to be using tonight are the Joe Sonia's iridescent paints. You can use any acrylic paints, and I think Stuart uses a lot of acrylics, but I don't have any acrylic, so I'm using Joe Sonia's. Oh, wrong camera. Joe Sonia's iridescent paints. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with violet, green, and gold. That's a good combination, isn't it?
Should be beautiful.
So again, you don't need an awful lot of these. Let's paint in the tray. Just a wee dollop will be sufficient. And one thing about the iridescent paints, they are all white.
Yes.
when you put,
yes.
especially when you put them in the tray like that there, and you don't have any labels on it. So what I do is I put the wee jars in order that I put them in the 3 holes at the back. Okay, and then that let me know where each color is. But you could easily put the wrong color on when you don't want to.
You
Right,
surely can.
would have spilled that one there.
Yeah. Michael McEwen says, awesome colors, especially the gold.
Yeah, I quite like the gold.
On Saturday morning cartoons, Michael is always asking for gold resin.
Gold resin.
Yeah, all colors of gold. There's quite a few of them in the variety of golds, but
Right, so I'm just on a wee taste of Liquitex Road Medium. Just 1 or 2 drops to thin the paints
I was
down.
going to ask you if you're going to add a little bit. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. Not so much in this because you want the paint to move and
Yes.
you want it to spin when you spin the lathe up. Now,
You want a little bit, but not so much that it just runs right off.
Yeah. So we'll just give them a wee mix. You can't really see that over there. Bring that back. Turn it around the other way. If I turn that around, right, goals first here. I'm going to confuse myself here. Right. So gold first, green second, and purple is in that one. Right.
So is your tray attached to the board?
Yeah, the tray stuck to the board, so and when I put it in the bedways, it's not going nowhere.
Okay.
You can't really see that either. It's more or less the same as the position. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, until there's something dark behind it, or it gets real thin and can dry a little bit, it doesn't show much color.
I was just trying to explain to a couple of ladies who were asking, "Hey, I've got the colours and some of the bowls I had on display," and they didn't seem to grasp, about the paint. And I was trying to explain to them, you paint it black and then you put this stuff on and it changes colour.
Sure.
How's it change colour, they say? Right? It's magic. That's just what it is. It's magic. Right. So there's a number of ways of doing this, and I was watching Stuart and stuff. You can put it on like a wee circle, change the camera. Okay. You can put it on that way, and you can put blobs and see what you get. So we're going to go with a circle first, and this is the violet, and I'm going to go right into the center here, even though we're going to be turning away this away, but we want that paint to spin out. We'll see what that gets us. Right. Yeah, that's not bad. We can work with that.
Absolutely.
Right. The thing about this is, you just try it, and if you don't like it, wipe it off with a damp cloth, and go again. It's not. So we'll go with the green next, and we'll just do something similar on that. Oh, fire the lathe up. And if I gotta get a box to put around this, but I'm standing over out of the way, I don't get splattered. So let's see what we've got. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Jennifer says she loves that effect. I do too, Jennifer. It's just so neat, and to watch it spread, um, that's a pretty neat thing.
Right. And I'm going to change now. I'm going to do a couple of wee dots of gold. I'm just using the end of the paintbrush. And you don't have to be precise about where you put them. You just want to be
Copper Owl
quick
Wood
about it.
Turning has joined us. Hello, Rob. Glad to have you along.
Okay, and we'll just spin that up and see what we'll get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, you don't want to spin it for too long. You want to see where it went, and then if you're getting somewhere with it, then you crank it up a wee bit more and see if we can get it spread a wee bit more. So I'm turning that up to full whack, 3,200 revs. Right. We'll see what we've got. Ooh, yes. That looks
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Yes, yes, yes. I think we'll have a wee bit more of the purple. We'll do a couple of wee purple dots as well. Even though I'm going to be turning this bit away, we want a nice pattern around the perimeter of the outside of our bowl. So that's what we're looking at. We're not looking at this bit. So we'll do a couple of wee spots, move them out a wee bit, because that we'll be turning some of this off. And it's only a wee small amount you're putting on this.
This just reminds me another good reason to add a little bit of flow medium.
Yep.
It keeps the paint wet longer, so you have more time to apply it before you spin it up. Otherwise, it could start to dry on you before you actually spin it.
Yeah. If it's too wet, then while you're dabbing it on, it'll start running down the face. That's what
Exactly. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't want that. You know,
No.
you
No.
don't want that. Right.
But you don't want
Just
it
going
to dry either.
no. So you have to find a happy medium between the two. Just going to let that spin a wee bit longer and see if I can get it stretched out a wee bit. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm going to go with some gold now again. I think a gold is one of the colors that shows up really well on stuff.
Yeah, the only color out of that set that well, it's not that I don't like it. I'm just a little disappointed is the red.
Yeah, I don't use the red much
Shows
either.
up kind of pinky, which is
Yeah,
okay if that's what you're looking for. I was hoping for red the first time I used it, and it just didn't show up red.
yeah, I was very disappointed myself with the red.
I think
I
most
wanted
everybody is.
a deeper color from it. You know, it just
Yeah.
it looks dull for some reason. So let's see what this is like. Oh yeah, we got a better split now. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
spin that up. I'll spin that up and see if I can get a bit more movement out of it. I'm not going to bother putting any more paint on. I think that's enough paint on it. You can overdo it, you know.
Yes.
It would have been better for had a bigger blank to do this on. It's hard to see it on a wee small blank like this, but it's just the same. You can see the color, the lights affecting that, but I'm happy enough with that. So we'll let that spin. I'll lift this out of the way and we'll let that dry. Ooh.
Yeah, I think we can see all three of your colors pretty well.
Yeah, they look quite, they're showing well. The one I done this afternoon, it was a wee bit, I wouldn't say I wasn't happy with it. I just I would have liked it to be with wee bit more vibrant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And stand back here with the airline. I don't want to blow the paint off. Just adding a wee bit of help to the drying off it.
Chris at Bailey Woodworks has joined us. Hello, Chris.
Right, it's not flinging off any more paint anyway, so it must be.
It'll only
You can
spread so much.
you can touch the center, but it's a wee bit
Mm-hmm.
on the tacky side. Okay,
Sure.
but I'm happy with. Just give it an hour, quick flow with the airline.
Todd has said, and next week at the same time, Paul will be tie-dyeing T-shirts.
So I'm going to spray a wee taste of sand sealer over that. Just a chestnut product. Just to seal that all in. Don't overdo it with a sand sealer either, because you're wetting the surface, and if you put too much on in one place, you'll get a big blob, and it'll look like nothing, and then you'll have to start again.
Yep.
As I move closer to that, you can see the light effect in that,
Mm-hmm.
and you see it. So I think once that dries a wee bit, I can get a coat of lacquer over it to seal it all in, and then we'll turn the wee centre bit out of the middle, and that should leave us with a nice effect around the rim. And again, how much you take away from the middle, it's up to you. I'll just show you the one I've done this afternoon. It's while that's drying. So overhead. Oh, we're on camera. There's the one I've done this afternoon.
Yes.
Okay. So the more or less the same colors, but I didn't get very much purple on it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't come out as well as that. And a wee bit, I spun it a wee bit longer at each interval when I was putting the paint on, and I think I just overdone it.
Maybe just a little more purple at the very end.
Yeah.
But it looks nice. Looks nice as this new one does as well.
The only thing is letting it dry for a couple of minutes.
Yes.
You know.
We like to get impatient, don't we?
Yeah. Right. I'll give it a. But then the centers, it's dry. It's not sticky no more. So I use this clear lacquer. I bought it. I bought it in my local hardware store. It's half the price of the chestnut product, and I think it does the job as well. And plus, it's a bigger tin. It's a 500 ml can compared to the what is that? 400 ml. So we have 100 ml extra. So I'm just going to spray that lightly over that. That'll do. We don't want to give it too much. Again, we'll give it a wee help with the airline just to blow some air at it. What I don't want to do is when I start to take the center out of this, the dust sticking to it. And that's the only problem you will have. Doing a demo like this, you don't have the privilege of letting it sit and dry properly. So you're trying to do it as you go and without taking too long to do it. But if you can get it sort of halfway, it's sealed. You should be okay. The dust should blow off if it's anyway dry. I've done it in the past with the airbrush when I've been blowing the paint around with it, and I've had no power, just dusting it off and then lacquering it at the end. The fact that we give it a coat of sand sealer before will help too. It's got that extra layer just over it, we film.
All of this is precisely why most people that you see doing lives either have a hair dryer or a heat gun right handy, and they blow from about 18 inches to 2 feet away just to speed up that drying just a touch.
There's nothing worse than watching paint dry.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Well, maybe sanding.
Yeah, I think it sounds the worst. Or hollow in a bowl, a deep one, you know.
You like a hollow vessel. Yeah, you can't see
Yeah.
anything.
Right, let us see where we're going to. So, I'm thinking about here, do away with most of that inside. This will, no, we'll do it there and then we'll need to move it. So, going a wee bit close to it and then we'll see what it's like. You want to have a decent sort of a bowl,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time you want to leave some of your artwork in place. So I'll have a wee look at that and see what that says. Right, I think we'll go a wee bit more out this direction. It, it looks a wee bit higgledy-piggledy there, so we'll do an or width of the parting tool. Just take the rest of that off, because it's hard to tell with that bit of paint on the way too. So I'll have a wee look at that and see what it's like. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think I'll take it a wee bit further. Nor a quarter of an inch. About there.
This is a great top finish for a hollow form as well.
Just going in with a parting tool here. I don't want to be skating back and taking the paintwork off with your tool, because it's easy done. So
yeah, just the time you think that won't happen, that's when it does.
Yeah.
Then you got a big scar across the paint. You have to take it all off, sand it down, start over.
Yeah. Just a wee bit of shavings there. Just trying to wipe it off. There, got it. Okay, we'll try and hollow this out and see what happens. So I'm just going to use the bowl gouge. Plus, one thing about that maple, it's quite hard. So that first cut gives me somewhere to rest my gouge against, so it eliminates the risk of you skating back onto your piece. Just need a just have a wee look at that and see what that's like. Okay. There's that wee bit of branch or something that was in that. Looks all right.
Todd at Glencoe, it says it looks lovely. Jennifer says it looks gorgeous, Paul.
Thank
I would
you.
agree. I would agree with both of those folks. This is a nice piece. Very nice practice piece. Jim Selby has joined us. Hello, Jim.
Oh, welcome along, Jim. So I'm bringing my wee tool out. I still don't know the name of this tool. It's not one I made. You buy it like this. So we just want to undercut this.
90-degree hollowing tool.
It doesn't like in there. That's what I'm saying. It's very hard. It's kind of ingrained an awful lot. Just want to.
Yeah, it's probably a better tool. Jim Selby, what's the weather like there in North Florida? I guess the other half of that question is, what are they telling you from down there about this next storm that's coming in?
Stop out and clean the shavings out. Now we'll go back in with the wee book tool, whatever you want to call it. Now that I've taken most of the timber away, so I can. You have to hold on to this thing because it wants to flip round, even though it's a wee square bar. It,
right. Yeah, Jim, I understand there's an awful lot of wood on the ground from Helene. And this next one's coming in, looks like down around Tampa. This was what they're showing us on the Weather Channel. But it may go across and hit a good bit of the East Coast as well. So, been thinking about you, my friend.
Plenty of timber yet. Using the round nose scraper.
Hmm. Jim says there's tons of wood down in his neighborhood. Uh, Jim, I hope it's not all pine. Hope you've got some variety around there.
Just moving the camera a wee bit. We're sort of bumping into it and trying to reach through here and get an angle on this to bring that right. That's right. Okay. Check our depths again. I did remove some timber there, so you don't want to go through the bottom. I think I could take another wee cut off it and then just tidy that up. I've got a wee pimple here. You know, you always seem to have that.
Yep.
And it's either you have a pimple or a dimple.
Jim says he's got maple and poplar are all around him. He's overloaded with no place to put it right now. Jim, if I had a way, I'd come down and help relieve you of some of that. But right now, I just don't have a way.
I've just piled it up in the front garden.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And let it sit there and process it all. And right. Okay, I think that's as deep as I want to go. Need to get this wee fellow in again. There's a wee ridge there, so where the scraper left off. So I'm okay in the wall thickness. A bit of timber there, so I'm not too worried about that. But I don't want to leave it too heavy. I can probably go a wee bit more. Let's see if I can get this scraper into that angle, and then use that RV tool to take the rest of it off.
Matt was saying that most of the storm trees go to the landfill there. I understand that.
Yeah, it's a waste, isn't it?
Here, if somebody doesn't come along and take it for mulch or
Firewood.
firewood, yeah, it'll just sit there until it rots away.
Yeah.
They don't. Only time something goes to the landfill is when the city takes it down, or if a tree or limb falls in a roadway. Then it might end up in landfill, get chipped up. If a lawn care company takes it, it usually gets chipped up for mulch.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim said path between us is way worse than here. You're exactly right, Jim. In North Carolina and Tennessee, it's awful. Saw a video last night of somebody from Middle Tennessee who went to Western North Carolina. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, Matt, farmers would rather it rot in the fields than let you have it. I don't understand that. It makes no sense. Other than if they're hoping it will help fertilize or put some organic matter back in the soil, maybe.
just a wee bit there. Just leave a wee ridge. Right, that's in a good half-inch into that. I think that's as far as I'm getting with that size a tool. I don't think I want to go any wider than that. I just need to tidy that up now. A couple of light passes with this wee tool to do it, and then get the sanding on it. Right. It doesn't feel too bad, you know. Just that wee, there's a wee pimple there.
Oh my goodness. Matt's saying the waste is terrible. There's a farmer near him with 4 beech. The smallest is 3 feet across. They're all laying in a field. No idea how long. And he wouldn't even let him try cutting a ring off of it. Matt, that's just horrible. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Wood is generally around the world. Wood is fairly plentiful, but where it's not is where it seems like either people just let it rot in the field. I don't understand that. It's like people starving. Places like India. I understand they have that religious idea of cattle being holy and religious creatures, so they don't want to just arbitrarily kill them. But if somebody is starving and they could be saved by a little meat, why not? Um, Cows reproduce fairly plentifully, so it doesn't seem to be an issue. I just there's some things in the world just boggle my mind. So that's okay.
Better. Just trying to get the back of that. Oh, back of that sanded.
Get a little warm there, did it?
Yeah, it did. It did indeed.
Todd says that they have an abundance of varieties of oak around his area. All the acorns are starting to litter the sidewalks. Yes, yes, yes. They will. We have oaks here, but I don't know that we have an abundance of oaks. What we do have is an abundance of dead ash trees standing around. People are afraid to cut them for some reason. Dead as a doornail. Not a leaf on them, hadn't been for a couple of years. People don't want to cut them down. Go figure. Driving one of the back roads the other day and going past this farm, and all along the fence there was all these trees laying beside the fence. They were all cedar trees, which in this part of the world they're considered a weed. Farmers don't like them. They are bothersome, just cause problems. So this particular farmer had cut them all down. They were just laying. I'm sure he'll let them dry for a while, and then he'll put them in a big pile and burn them at some point.
Yeah, it's
That looks.
quite nice in there.
I was going to say it looks like it sanded up really nice.
Yep, it did. Right. Just want to run a wee light past over our our paint. And wee fuzzy bits. Oh dear. Just want to see that. All right, yeah, that's okay. That's nice and dry. I'm going. Let's see. What can I wipe that over with? It won't take the paint off. A wee bit of water. Just take any dust. I was going to spray it with mess there, but it'll take the paint off. Let's see. We taste the water and a wee bit of cloth. I'll just take any dust off it before I put the lacquer on it. Again.
Well, of all things, I just got a yellow weather alert for southern Great Britain. Warning runs until 23:59 BST. So, you guys in East and West Sussex, Surrey, Hampshire, Dorset, Devon, Bristol, Somerset, parts of southern Wales, be watching for a storm.
Yep. Might have come middle of the week. We might get the tail end of it. Right, that's okay.
That looks better.
Bit of a taste of sun sealer around the inside of that. And
Todd, you're talking about the acorns. Maybe the deer will come along and eat on your acorns, maybe? Hopefully.
I'm happy with that. So let's see what this wee black mark. I think that was in the timber, with all that rest of that stuff come off. Still, I just need to touch the end of that up. And I just want to do a wee bit of tidying up around the circle. I'm going to skew just to tidy it up and let me have a chucking point to just take the foot off. It doesn't need much of it, just to clean it up.
Oh, Todd, no deer, but plenty of bobcats, coyotes, and some possums. Well, I didn't know there was a part of Texas that didn't have deer in it. Deer in Javelina.
And again, just on the edge, tidy that up. I'm not going to put any lacquer on the front of this yet. until I get the foot off. So we'll turn around. We can give the bottom of this are we clean and stand. It should go in there. And it does. Okay.
Todd said 8 million folks in the Dallas area, not many deer around. I understand.
So I'll take the foot off.
Jim Selby talked about having axis deer. It's the number 2 invasive species. Yes. And I guess most of those are escapees from folks that have brought them in for their personal use. All right, Carson, heading off to bed, and you have a great night, Carson.
Thanks for coming in, Carson.
Oh, Jim saying that's in Texas. Okay, all right. Even still, yes. Escaping from people's hunting camps and whatnot.
Oh,
Oh my.
oh no. Did I do any damage? No. It's still in one piece.
Ooh.
I was going to just say, I just want to lighten the cut there. Because it's just enough to get the chuck jaws into that without going too heavy hand. That's the only damage I've done there to the face of it. So that's okay. And maybe change the spindle gouge here. Bolt gouge is probably a wee bit over the top for that. Plus, I didn't want to put too much pressure on the jaws.
Mm-hmm.
Frick's sick.
Maybe just a little more than that.
And I did damage it this time.
Uh-oh.
I might be able to fix it. Just on the edge and then the inner circle.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do with it. There's still a bit of a tan in there. There's a wee knocker and a wee knocker. So.
Wow.
Yeah. It happens. So I got that one. A bit more. Right. That seems to clean that up. Right. Need to clean the outside of this. Just went in an angle going out. Just to clean there's still a wee bit there. I think that's the only bit that's left on it. Yeah. So I'm just going to use the wing of the spindle gouge here. It doesn't need an awful lot off it, but gently does it. At this stage, you don't want it coming off again. Let's see. If you're okay to get away with it twice, you might get away with it 3 times. You know, there's still a wee nick there, so I'm going to have to change the angle slightly. Yeah, I got it. So the moral of
Right.
that story is take it very easy when
Yeah.
you're cutting the food off. Just give it a wee sound and then we'll turn it back around again, take the rest of the food off. I should have brought the tool rest up or the tailstock up until we'll get most of that timber away. That's my own fault for not doing that. I might even put a wee lid into that tomorrow. Now I'll have a decent size of a recess there.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That or even just a collar.
Yeah.
Either one would be a nice addition to that piece. Yes.
Yeah. That I got away with that, guys. Sometimes you don't, and this is the testing time. It's always when you're going to take a foot off, something things go wrong, and that's not going to go in that now because I widened it. So that was the jaws expanded fully. So I'm going to have to change chucks. I'm hoping the Axminster jaws are not too wide. No, when they're closed, because they're quite a bit size difference in them. Quite a wee bit. See, they expand. They're bigger on the actual outer ring. When you close that down, I've never measured that to see what size that is. So it's about 62 mil. Aye, got it on. Let's see. Oh, a load of room. I was worried that with the jaws closed, I wouldn't get it on, or it would be too wide. But it's just nice. Right. Okay. We'll bring the tailstock up this time.
Third time's a charm, huh?
Yeah. I don't want to give it any excuse to, and I'm not going to use the, what do you call it?
There you go.
Maybe change the ring center. Well, take that, what do you call it out? Ring center, do that. That point of that stab center's just too big. Put a big hole in the bottom of a piece. All I want to do is hold that, no more. So that would probably do it there. That should let us get that off. Right, spindle gauge. Huh. I just bent my spindle gauge.
Oh
You
my
see that?
goodness. Yes, yes. My goodness.
You wouldn't have thought that was just that coming off the. That looks better now. There's a wee bit in it, but that's where we're going around corners. That one. Oh,
That doesn't even have that little tiny tang that so many spindle tools have. That's unusual that it bent like that.
right. Just want to pick that up. Right over. just using the wing of the gouge just to clean that up, because I did initially undercut that at the start, so that should just to take that wee bit off now, and that should be it. So fingers crossed, guys. This comes off without any bar.
Mm. Matt said he broke a spindle gouge this
Oh,
weekend. That doesn't sound good, Matt.
well, what was he doing with it?
Well, good question.
It'd be very easy to break one of those ones, a 1/4 inch.
Jennifer reminding everybody, please don't forget the thumbs up on your way out.
Right, that's lovely. That's all that skin, and we'll just get sanding to that. We'll move that elbow thumper out of the way. We'll bring the sanding.
She did have a typo. She said, "Don't forget the thumbs up on your way out after Paul's lice." I hope that's a typo, Jennifer. It was Matt's best and only expensive tool. Hate to hear that, Matt. Many years ago, I did have a very large, in fact, I still have the tool. It's a very large bowl gouge. Um, I'll tell you what kind it is here in a minute. Sorby. Sorby. It's an overgrown thing, so it doesn't get used very much. Anyway, I was using it on a piece, and it fell over. I had it propped up against the lathe, and for whatever reason, it fell over. And when it did, I was very grateful as it fell. I've got a rubber mat that I stand on, but don't you know that it's a 5/8 bowl gouge? Don't you know it broke when it hit the rubber mat? So
Right, I wouldn't have thought
Sorby,
that.
I would not have either. I had to take pictures of it and send them over to Sorby, and 3 or 4 months later, they said, we are going to send you a new tool. We're not going to send you a new handle, but the steel we're going to send you. So I was able to get the old steel out of the handle, put the new steel in the handle, and everything worked out just perfectly. I was very happy.
I can
Oh no,
understand breaking the tang on the roughing gouge easy,
sure, right.
but I think I've never seen the on if a bull gouge the end of it. Has it got a tang or is it just a round bar?
It's a round bar, and it broke between the flute and the handle.
Right.
There's let me see if I can get it out here and I'll measure it. There's a good bit of distance between the flute and the handle. Um, how long is that? It's quite long. 9 inches from the bottom end of the flute to the handle, and that thing broke about halfway between. So about 4.5 inches of round bar is where it broke. What they decided was it was a bad piece of metal. It was this metal structure where it broke was crystalline, so that
Yeah.
it had been made badly, and so I'm
Yeah.
sure they sent that back. Matt said he fell asleep while he was turning. He got a catch,
Fell
snatched the
asleep.
he snatched the handle instinctively, and the steel went flying.
You should be turning that when you're tired, mate.
Yeah, glad you're okay. Said
I'll
he
not
hurt
do
his
that
hand, but
again.
not badly. It's just sore. So Matt, I'm glad you're okay, bud, and sorry about your tool.
You learn by mistakes.
Right?
You know, everybody does things that they shouldn't be doing, and then they end up paying for it.
Yeah,
at the end.
hopefully we learn from those mistakes and
Yeah,
don't do them over again.
yeah, I've learned a whole lot of things from mistakes.
Yeah, that's sad to say. We all do that. Well, that's interesting. I just glanced up, and on top of my lights, it looked like there was a tool up there. I reached up and grabbed it to see what it was. It was a shaving. How in the world a shaving got up there, I do not know.
Maybe we'll just give us a wee coat of
Ah,
wax on that.
Matt says his hand is, well, he actually, what he says is, he says, thanks, my wallet is in more pain than my hand. His was a Sorby tool as well.
All right, we'll see the hand tomorrow night, Matt. As long as you don't come in with stitches like Ricky did, you know, he's
Mm.
one for trying to kill himself. Oh dear. But you never know the minute. All seriousness, like you need to be really careful in your workshops because the slightest wee mistake could costly dearly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's that. So I'll have to give that a wee coat of lacquer on the front, and that should be that done. Just rub the dust off that. I'm just going to put that down on the bench. Put that wee bit of thing over, and where's my overhead? Let me get that over there. Let's see. I'll give it a wee coat of lacquer.
Matt, what you might want to do is take the two halves of that tool to your dealer and see if they will go to bat for you with Sorby. That might help you out a little bit. Quite a lovely piece, Paul. Very
There
nice.
you are. That's it. A wee coat of lacquer on that. It's fairly wet. So we'll need knock back again with about a 600 just to take, because I find when the lacquer dries, it leaves like wee petty bits on the top of it. It's not smooth, so you need to knock it back one or two times
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
between coats, and you should get a nice glass finish on it. But there, that's the piece for tonight. Just a nice wee, what would you call that? Decorated dish. Couldn't call it a bowl. It's not a bowl. Like you couldn't get anything in
Well,
it.
it's an undercut bowl. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Painted rim. I like it. I like it a lot.
Let's see. Where's the shape? Well,
Vinny says a nice bowl.
for the
Jennifer says
second
it's
one,
gorgeous.
I've done, I'm quite happy with that. And
Absolutely.
you can see the colors well and nice clean lines. It would probably look better on a bigger piece. I would like to have done it on a bigger
Mm-hmm.
piece,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But when you don't have the timber, you can't do it. You know. Anyway, plenty of timber outside, like, but it's all soaking. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wasn't going to cut a bit of that and risk bringing it in, and God knows what happened to it. You know, cracking and all sorts. But
Right.
there you are, guys. An RB project done.
Todd's got a question for you. He says, "Do you ever use steel wool or wire wool to knock back the finish a bit?"
No, I just used the 600 grit sandpaper. Uh, never used wire wool in my life in anything.
Okay.
You know. But anyway, guys, I'll bring Doug in. Where is Doug?
I'm right here.
There he is. There.
I've been here the whole time.
Bring him in, and we can say cheerio together. So thank
No.
you everyone for coming in and joining me in my workshop tonight, and hope you got something from that. You know, It's not a big project. It's a wee nice simple project. A wee bit of painting involved, and have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's what it's all about.
And you recovered it from a couple of issues that it had.
Yep.
So,
You
it's
see
all
it.
that's part of turning. It's all
Yep.
good.
If we can fix it, it's the bonus. So I'll charge twice for that. It's twice turned, right? Okay, guys, I'll say a cheerio to you, and hopefully we'll see you all next Monday evening. And have a good week, whatever you're doing, and be safe in your workshops.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Cheerio. And
All
Doug
right.
will
Bye
say
bye,
cheerio.
everybody. Have a great
Bye.
week.
Press